Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Debs and this is Silver Violet Flame. So I thought I would kick off coming back from our holiday with talking about our Connecting with Loved One in Spirit webinar, which is coming up on the 30th of July. That's a Saturday. And part two of it is on the 7th of August. It's a 2-day webinar, 2 hours each day, and everything will be in the link, the Ko-fi link, which I'll put in the description box below. But I thought it would be nice for us to check in with our loved ones and give you a pick a pile and see what message your loved one has for you today. So pick a pile between 1, 2, and 3. You can choose from each of these decks. The first one is tarot. This is the departed loved one messages, and this is the sacred deck. So what we're going to do is just let you pick the deck that you're drawn to. And I'm going to use the Outbox deck here to get a card for each pile. So let's get a card for pile 1 and pile 2 and pile 3. We'll see what your message is. So as always, guys, wherever I go, whether it's on holiday or on a retreat, I get the messages from spirits, always aligning with what I've got lined up, what webinar I'm doing next or what I'm reading upon. And on holiday, I was with a group of girls, and not all of them are spiritually minded, I would say. Probably the majority of them aren't. But as what I've noticed, and I'm sure what many of you have noticed at least once in a person's lifetime, even if they're not spiritual, they've always experienced something that they can't quite explain. So this links in with this reading. That's why I want to tell you about it before I pull the cards for you. So what happened was we were sitting on the deck and just talking about general chit chat, and all of a sudden I seen this huge orb just floating across one of the girls in the group. So I pulled her aside later and I told her that I seen the orb and that I felt it was her mother who had passed, and she took me aside. Other people heard, what we were saying, and went on to something else. And then she took me aside later on and said, "Deborah, will you tell me more about that?" And I started telling her what I felt, and she started to open up to me and tell me that it meant so much to her because her son was getting married in August and her mother had been so much on her mind, and she felt like there was some stuff that she hadn't finalized with her mother, and it was on her mind and it was spoiling the occasion coming up. And I said to her, well, what I felt immediately from the presence was that your mother just wanted you to know that she's with you. She'll be with you on the day. She's with you here in your holiday, and she's very present and very happy because the orb was huge, which told me how expansive her energy was and how warm and loving and how strong the connection still is. And she was very emotional and also very grateful for what I had said. So that was just one experience. I'll tell you some more experiences that happened, but this ties in with our course because in this course we'll be covering all those little emotions that we feel when a loved one has passed, that we're holding on to, that we feel like we didn't get closure on. So during this course, a lot of this stuff comes up because your loved one knows exactly what it is that you need to hear. So I just wanted to relay that story because it's so common, and I wanted you to understand just how powerful that these webinars are. They are emotional, but what they do is they open up something inside of you that enables you to understand where your past loved one is coming from, that they are seeing everything from a higher perspective, and that they don't hold on to grudges or regrets or shame or guilt or anything you perceive to be something that you didn't do, because they see everything as life lessons and what we all have to go through. So that was something important that I wanted to talk about. And also, just to let you know that during each of these webinars, there is an activation. Some people get a bit afraid of that and they don't understand what it is. What it is either an angel or one of my guides comes through, either separately or jointly with my spirit team, with you. For all those who are ready, your soul will walk forward and receive the attunement. What it is it's what you're ready for. And it just means that your psychic senses will open that wee bit more. And they'll just open up in tune with what you're ready for. It's nothing that you're going to be feeling, I don't want this. This is going to be too much for me. I don't want to start and see dead people. I don't want this. I don't want that. I have had questions like that. People worried about that before they sign on the courses. No, be rest assured that anything you get in the form of an upgrade, of an activation, or an attunement, whatever it is, it's what you're ready for. And as soon as you sign up for the course, you'll get all these synchronicities, things happening, little insights and awarenesses, and that'll just come through on the course as well, that we can talk about, and you get all your validations. So that's all I want to say about that. Check it out. Email me if you have any questions. So let's get on with the reading. Okay. So pile one. This is the way we'll do it. So pile one. Let's roll the dice and see what your message is firstly from your loved one. It is the thing I miss most. I've got number 2 is the sound of your laughter filling the room. How lovely is that? And it says, I miss you on the card. The song is Flying Without Wings by Ruben Studdard. So pile 1, let's just pull some tarot, another message from loved one deck message, and a sacred deck. First, we're going to pull some tarot, and we're going to see how we can break this message down for you. The thing I miss most is the sound of your laughter filling the room. What more would you like to tell us about that? For my pile 1. Okay, let's get some more. This is a mother and father in spirit, okay, who have passed. So what they're doing is, this message is for those of you who have a mother and father who are passed in spirit, okay? The King and Queen of Cups in reverse, a very loving couple, okay? They're wanting to tell you that if you've been waiting on something happening, that you're going to be seeing the breadcrumbs of that starting to happen now, okay? I feel like you've been in the dark about it, but they're telling you that it's time to put strategy in place in order to bring this to light, okay? It's something that I feel you're going to be recognized for, something, it's like an achievement, but I feel like you've been feeling a wee bit frustrated that it hasn't happened yet. Your parents are telling, or grandparents are telling you, it can be, it's either parents or grandparents. I am feeling parents, with it being the King and Queen here. that this fresh idea, this recognition is happening soon. Wow, at the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Wands. So that is celebration and happy and home. Things being really good at home, feeling really secure and feeling stable. I mean, that wee card says it all. And they want you to celebrate where you're at, because, as I say, they're telling us that the Six of Wands is going to turn around. So this is allowing yourself to be seen as victory and as success. And this is your dream. And they're telling us it's not going to be too long. So put everything in place for you to do that. And this is going to be the result of it. Happiness, celebration, family. I do feel it's very much home orientated, something to do with the family. Let's get you another message from them from this little departed loved ones deck. And let's see what this mother and father combo want more to say to you through this little deck. Take care of your body. So there's someone using weights and really looking after themselves. So that's just a bonus message for you. And at the bottom of the deck, we have I'll be visiting you. And there's a candle on that card. Okay. So what's the big, deep and meaningful message? This deck is quite deep. And this will be something more on the soul level that they want to bring forward for you. Freedom. So whatever, you see the light in the dark. So whatever it is you're going through at the minute, you may be going through some shadow work. They're telling you the freedom is there for you at the end of it. And this ties in with the success and the new strategy they want you to put in place. And this is freedom as well, because it's the Ace of Wands. It's your desire, it's your creation. So it's a very positive message, but understand that it's important for you to look after yourself. This can be a message of self-love as well. And not only to look after yourself in a spiritual sense, but also to look after your body, okay? Because all the four lower bodies need to be in harmony. And I know that's challenging at times, but this is a big message here, and that they will be visiting you. So that's lovely. So we have truth at the bottom of the deck. So it's time to take the mask off, and it's time to put in place what it is that you really want and to believe in yourself. So that's your message, pile 1. So let's move on to pile 2. And let's see what the message is for pile 2. Okay, so we have your little afterlife outbox card, number 3. The thing I loved most about our time together was the laughter that made ordinary days special. Another message of laughter, so that's lovely. And it's a number 9. So again, talking about wrapping something up. A lot of the messages at the moment are about that, wrapping things up. This is the year of the number 9. So, I mean, even looking at that little visual there, I don't know if you can see it or not. And it's like a wool being wrapped around fingers. So I'm getting that. See that? I'm getting that in a big way. And the song is Thank You for Loving Me, Bon Jovi. The laughter that made ordinary days special. Okay. So let's get a deeper dive with the tarot on that message. What more would you like to say about that, please? For your loved one, and this is for pile 2. What more would you like to say? Mm-hmm. So for you, pile two, I feel like there is a time of commitment coming up, but you have been feeling in lack, and it's like as if you've been battling yourself a lot. But it's time. It's time for you to step up and make this commitment. Let's see what this is all about. It's about, I feel like this is to do with family again, because you see the Four of Wands is here, and the Hermit in reverse is about feeling rejected. This card in the upright is about rejection as well, but they're telling you, and these are two fives, so this is telling you that there's a lot of change coming up for you in regards to something traditional. I think it's to do with family values, and they want you to make the effort to. I feel like if you've been at odds with anyone in your family, pile two, they're encouraging you to make amends. And I feel like you've been losing sleep about this, and it's been getting you down with that Nine of Swords in reverse. So let's just ask, because they're telling you how the laughter made ordinary days special, but I feel there hasn't been a lot of laughter. That's what I'm getting. So could you give me further clarification of that, please, Spirit, of what this is about? Yeah. So the Knight of Cups in reverse. So that I feel like there's been a wee bit of like maybe competition and a wee bit of someone being a wee bit of a dictator in your family dynamic, and you're feeling quite let down and it's causing arguments. That's what they're giving me. And with this Ace of Wands in reverse, I feel like you just feel like you haven't had the energy to do anything about it, and you can't really get started. So the big message here is to turn this Knight of Cups around and make amends. This is a peace offering. This is something a failure loved one is telling you is quite important at this time. One more card, please. Yeah, because the Four of Swords in reverse. This has been making you quite restless and feeling I can't be at peace. I mean, I feel like you're not sleeping well, and you just feel like it's as if you're feeling, what if something happened and I hadn't made the effort to resolve whatever this is that's going on? That's what I'm getting. So let's move on to this little deck here, the departed loved one's message, and see what other message they'd like to give you about that. It's too many. I'm just going to take that one because it turned around. Take time to rest. So it fell on top of the Four of Swords, which is restlessness because it's in reverse. So they're telling you, take the time to rest and think upon this. Okay. I feel like they're telling you, like, the only way that you're going to have peace of mind about this is if you do start to make amends and, be the one to have the courage to bring the peace offering. So, strong message coming through there for you, pile two. So, what is the deep, meaningful message through my little wisdom soul deck, please, for my pile two? Affirmations. What they're saying is, think about what you're going to say and give yourself a wee mantra just to build up your courage, and ask Spirit to help you. What will be the outcome if they do this? They've asked me to ask this. So what will be the outcome if they do bring this peace offering forward? I like it. So in doing that, you are bringing your emotions into balance. In other words, you're being the bigger person, and what you're doing is you're giving up the ego with that Six of Wands in reverse, and you're becoming balanced, and you're understanding that it's the importance of what it was is really only ego. So what you've actually done is you have changed from the Queen of Cups in the reverse to the Queen of Cups upright, and she's very balanced in her emotions. She's caring and she's nurturing, and she's very compassionate. So really, by not doing this, you're doing yourself a disservice, is what they're telling me. So they're telling you to have confidence. She's very confident as well in her actions, and she's not worried about having recognition or anything like that. She follows her heart. The Queen of Cups is very heart centered. She follows her heart and she follows the guidance from Spirit. So that is your message, pile 2. So again, I feel like these messages are all about, I talked about the 9 there before, wrapping up cycles. We're over halfway through this year of the number 9. And I can't emphasize it enough, the importance of tying up these loose ends before we move in to the number 1 year, which is our new cycle and our new beginning. Okay, pile 3, this is yours. Number 5. What comes next is proof that endings always lead to new beginnings. Again, talking about endings. And that's the number 10. 10s are always about endings. Okay. So maybe you're going through an ending. Well, this reading is going to give you proof that that ending is going to lead to something new and something that's going to be positive, even though it mightn't feel like that at this time. If you want to get to the top, you will have to take the stairs. So they're telling you, it hasn't been easy for you and you haven't taken the easy route, but it's all going to be worth it. So your song to look up is 100 Years, 5 for Fighting. So the song is 100 Years and the group is 5 for Fighting. Okay. So let's look into your message with the tarot and see what Spirit give us. So there's a Temperance angel coming out. So your loved one immediately is coming out and telling you that there will be harmony for you. Okay. They're telling you that a new beginning isn't too far away. The new beginning is on the other side of your fear. This is the Devil in reverse, all right? This is positive changes as well with this 5. Again, the number 5, changes, improvement, changes that are positive, recovery. Wow. We've got the Tower and the Queen of Wands. So this is a sudden event. So with you being the Queen of Wands, you have the courage and the confidence to cope with this sudden event. Pile 3. With the Tower, I feel like it's something that's going to bring a lot of changes into your life. It's something that you may feel fearful about, but with the Temperance angel coming out, that is your loved one in spirit, and they're telling you, we're with you every step of the way. And we want to emphasize that through this reading and to let you know that it will cause a bit of upheaval in your life, but it's nothing that you aren't equipped to cope with, because you are determined, you're passionate, you're self-assured, and you're courageous, because you're coming out as the Queen of Wands. Clarification, please. Clarification of the Tower and the Queen of Wands, please. Yes, Queen of Pentacles. So again, she's very grounded. She's sitting back on her throne. She's holding her big pentacle in her hands. She's secure. She's practical, and she's well equipped. With 2 queens here coming out to deal with this Tower. So I wouldn't be concerned about this Tower it's a tower that you know needed to happen. Okay. And for each of you, it will be different. For a lot of you, I feel like it is, if many of you are on a spiritual path, it could be like another awakening. And the bottom of the deck is the sun. So there's nothing but good, joyous outcome for you with this. So don't worry about it, because there's celebration at the end of it. But in order for the light, we must work through the dark. And maybe you've been going through some upheaval, and this is like the tip that's just breaking off to make the clean sweep and go from the number 9 to the number 10, which brings us to the number 1 for next year. So that makes a whole lot of sense. Let's move on now to the departed loved one message deck and see what their message is for you. What's the message? What's your message through this little deck, please? Got a few. I feel like I need to read these all out to you. I cleared negative energy for you as part of our soul agreement. What happened was not your fault. We will have another lifetime together. This is very spiritual reading. And I am sending you numbers. So pile 3, you've got lots of messages there. Okay, and this person is really with you very strongly, because they're actually, the first card to come out was the Temperance Angel. So that is your loved one in spirit, or it may well be your spirit guide. Okay. So let's get the wisdom card and see what message this little deck has for you. Medicine. Okay, so this is about being grounded and understanding the importance of feeding yourself the right messages. With the medicine card, it makes me think of the root chakra and how important it is to be grounded. And this Indian on this deck, I love to see this card coming out, because he just symbolizes a lot of power, a lot of strength, and a lot of security. So I feel for you, pile 3, you're so very well supported. And with all of these cards coming out, with the medicine card especially, I feel like you've been listening to your guidance, and they're just telling you, you know, everything that you want is just on the other side of this fear that you've been feeling. And the fear is this tower, but to know that you're so well equipped to deal with this tower that you've got nothing to be concerned about. I feel that very strongly with you, pile 3. So I hope that helps. Again, if you want to book on for the webinar, you can find it in the Ko-fi link below. I'll put it in the description box. It is on the 30th of July, Saturday, and the following Saturday, that is the 7th of August. So we'll have lots of fun in that. And any questions, just email me. If you'd like to book a reading with me, my website is open again, and I'm happy to take your orders and move through. I will be doing a live on Monday, and I'll be putting that up today. So look out for that. And thanks for joining me, and see you next time. Bye.